NJ, Halito, from Alabama country. They think the storm is brewing out there in the Gulf. But see, we part of the Gulf. Our spirits are stirring. Some of who have been blessed with the gift of consciousness to know what's going on around us. And we see strange to people. We seem anti-Christ, anti-religion, which is true, because my ancestors did not worship Jesus. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I want to welcome you, as we do here, Alabama Kiowa Nation, which basically covers the League of Nations, which the Muskegon, the Yamasee, Choctaw, Seminole, Chickasaw, I can go on and name. It was a confederacy. And I'm gonna share something with you all. And I'm not gonna be long tonight, and I'm not gonna bash anybody. I'm gonna try not. Cantu is not gonna try to bash anybody. But if you're not doing this, and you still on Facebook, you're just wasting your time. Because time is precious. And they're calling on us. And as people awake to the information of who they are, it is almost like drug addiction, substance abuse, how it separates you from your family. Yes, it separates you from your family, especially if they believers and in the four organized religions. I mean, everything with that Protestant stuff, Christian, it comes from, the protests, Martin Luther area. That was brought over here to colonize, and they did a good job. But anyway, we're gonna have our opening, and we're gonna, start on that journey of creating our own wealth, our economic development as we know. Because we had our right as humans, beings. I'm a human being. And we had our right to create, to teach our kids, to take care of our sick, to celebrate. And it's all coming back because this world spins north, east, south, west, spinning. Because we rotating, spinning around our source of energy. Our source of being, our Father, our God. There were many deities. But as my good friend Carrie Davis would say, ask yourself a simple question. Does it make sense to you? And cut them fucking TVs off. But I'm gonna share some titles of some books that I have. Some books that I have plenty of books. But it's the Indian Almanac. You can read it. You can buy it if they got some copies in print. And read that, and read other material. Always keep learning. But a funny thing happened today, and I must say this. How much? 4 minutes? Talking too long. Maybe I'll cut it, maybe I won't. But there's an old story in this town, in our country here, in the Creek Confederacy, in the League of Nations. I don't want to say it Creek Confederacy because they got books out that they created the Creek Confederacy. It is so much information. But see, as I share with you all the time, I go to the information, whether it be library, government officials, books, websites, whatever. But I go physically to the site and test it with my spirit, with my heart. And then I interview the local people. And I look back at my notes on what my ancestors told me, who we was from and who we were. And of course, for you all who know me, Cantumeko Red Chief, aka Randion Thornton, which is my European name. But the truth is the truth, and the truth is not going to change. And they got a plan. The colonizers, they got a plan. And part of it, they put it in action now to distract you. It was unfortunate, again, I said, what happened in Las Vegas. But you even got, hey, so-called white people, hey, questioning this computer. Don't sound right. Excuse me. And me being an ex-military man and carrying a weapon for 40-something years, all kind of weapons, firing them. It was hard for him to do all that stuff he was doing. I don't care what kind of bumper he had, all that stuff. You still got to reload once you run out of bullets. If you got a semi-automatic gun and it's shooting automatic, 20 rounds gone right there. So anyway, saying that to say this. I was told a incident happened not far from me, about 10 miles northwest, going to hey, Tallahassee where my people are, because hey, in a 50-mile radius here, if we go 80 miles, we include Eufaula, Columbus, Georgia, Montgomery, Selma, all this water. And again, history teaches you that they took you from all that water and came in and placed you on all that water. It's not true. And I keep asking and I keep challenging, bring the real evidence. But as I dig deeper and as the ancestors reveal, it's a lie. It's his story, not your story. But anyway, I ran into an old classmate and friend who I knew the story. I found out several years ago. My cousin told me what they call the real town ride. Basically, hey, what they do, there's a book out. Cleveland Love, who played in Blazing Saddles and other movies, he did a skit in the 80s. He did a one-man show about Mr. Cobb over there, who my aunt lives not a half a block. And where my great-grandfather on my mother's side, my great-grandfather on my dad's side, all of them worked up at Real Town Farm. But anyway, the story went that the whites, again, you so-called white people, rebels, tried to take his mules and lands and his neighbors, and he stood up for himself. And he went to prison 16 years. I didn't know that. The story I got from 3 different sources, I mean, it's true, but I got all the pieces. The ancestors revealed it because I ran into his great-grandson. And there's a book out there. I'm going to post it for you. And the only thing he was doing was standing on, hey, his moral turpitude, his moral compass about why these other people who say they got privilege because they look different than you. That's a goddamn joke in itself. But hey, to go on, they're gonna be doing a movie, and I'm excited because there's so many stories like that. Even my great-grandmother, she killed, hey, supposedly, I found her on the prison rolls at Draper because I'm a retired prison official. And I found some news article where she was down in Montgomery because, hey, she killed a couple of folks. My people were dangerous, those William clan. They didn't play. They cut you before you even blink your eye. But anyway, the story I heard before I talked to, Elder Card, Chief. Well, he's not my elder, but he's a chief. He's over 60. And, he said that in order they had to hide his great-granddaddy out in Tuskegee. It's all in the book. I kind of skimmed through it this afternoon, but I'm about to go when I shut off this camera. And I'm going to deep into it. And then I'm going to go to Ancestry and all the tools I have. Because, hey, my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, my great-grandfather, they were in real town. And the story when I heard before I talked to, Elder Card tonight was, I was told by my cousin who's older than me, and then another cousin who in his 70s, almost 80. And you got to remember that Tallahassee Bridge over here for us local folks. It wasn't as it stands now. It wasn't built. So a lot of people, went across the river, went to West Tallahassee. That's why you got East Tallahassee, West Tallahassee. My mother from West Tallahassee, my dad from East Tallahassee. But as I read some of the reviews, New York Times on the book on they use a fictitious name for Mr. Cobb, but it's out now, because you shouldn't be afraid. And if one of you, African Americans, come tell me again about going to damn jail, I might not talk to you no more. I might just say, prove, like I tell them. Because we always under the rest, always talking about going to jail. Because we finna open up and create our own economic development under UDRIP. The United Nations Declaration of Indigenous Rights, where you have a right to practice your culture, to create money, wealth, get your lands back, get your resources back. Which you all afraid of, because you're going to feel you're going to lose a house and a Lexus that you don't own no way. Don't pay your taxes and see. And part of Mr. Cobb's story, Elder Cobb's story was, they had a shootout with the fucking police over there in Tallapoosa County, in Tallahassee, because they called all that East Tallahassee back in the day. Because they was unlawfully foreclosing on his farm. So I'm going to post up later, the link to the book. You can buy it. I buy books. It's knowledge. It's power. It's freedom. It's free up here and here. But you know what those devils did? I'm going to call them fucking devils. Because I had to do some medicine to calm down. They put his brothers down in the rail, in a well, 2-3 days to try to get them to reveal where their big brother, Mr. Cobb, was hiding. But they didn't do it. Now, isn't that awful? See, y'all just turn on the faucet. You don't know what the well, don't know nothing about a well. See, when my father, which my house is right up the street, that, my father and mother dream house they built, that, right now I'm occupying this time, space, continue. I hope I don't have to come back here fooling with y'all. I hope I got it right this time with humanity. But they put him down a well, man, with water in it to get them to tell where they brother, and they would not break. Mr. Cobb went to jail, went to prison 16 years, and please don't come up to me and tell me, Red Chief, you're going to go to jail because, of what fucking white folks say, or what they rules and regulation, not organic law. It's fucking rules and regulation they make up. And all y'all going to prison, because I worked in one for a long time, you volunteering. Now, I'm kind of getting off subject, talking about jail all the time. But y'all start reading, some of those Latin words connected. You got universal crimes against humanity. And that's rape, mayhem, murder, abusing older people, our youth who had no agenda, and our women who had no protectors. Yes, we've been going on for this for a long time. But in my heart, I knew, because my mother, she gave me some life lessons in the short time she was here. But anyway, he ended up 16 years, and this guy named, let me tell you off the name, I think it's Rosengard. Just put in YouTube and put in Google, and the title is so ironic, and you'll find out when you read the book. All God's dangers. And Mr. Cobb was saying all God's dangers. He wasn't talking about just the white folks. They was kind of number one. But he was talking about the insects that they grew, that destroyed the caught the bro weevil. Just living on this planet. And I'm excited because I want to do Miss Scrap Palla, who stayed right up the road here. She took care of a lot of folks. She was a mess. She delivered a lot of people. She took care of orphans. She did her part. She had farm, cotton. I chopped cotton. I hold cotton, pick cotton on the land, which y'all don't know about, but that's fine. But you better be ready, because we might have to get back to that. But anyway, saying that to say this, stop being so goddamn afraid of other people. Because guess what? As soon as your creator, your mother, at this level, you know, a lot of people say, well, you know, she's just a channel. I don't know. She was my best fucking friend, and I miss her. But I'm going to see her again. We're going to be united again. Because I'm trying to get it right. And that's what she was passing on. But anyway, because I'm getting emotional. Because, you know, you just have to be in tune and listen to the breeze. I listened to this sister, she loved to stay anonymous, but Queen Most. I listened to her music, this beautiful voice, feel the breeze. Oh, just wonderful. I don't know why she don't re-release it, you know. It might be because, you know, at that time she was Christian. We all went through that journey. But I always know something was wrong with it, because I always quit and left and then came back. Islam, none of that shit never attracted me. Because treating each other with humanity is universal. We just forgot it. We forgot the land, we forgot everything. We want this technology. But it's cool. Because the storm is brewing. And these secret government, backdoor governments, Illuminati, whatever they call these goddamn folks. They just folks like you, and they put on their fucking pants and skirts or whatever they doing just like you. But you gonna die. Yes. But to me, death is not found. It's starting a new journey. Starting a new journey. And this journey I'm on, it's like Pastor LaVon used to say about me when I was a Christian preacher. He said one thing about Reverend Thornton, he always on duty. He's always on duty because he have a heart for the people. And I'm going to stay on duty till it's time for me to go to the next level. And hopefully I don't have to come back and prove it, y'all. Because there's so much stuff, so much information. That's why we always have to be in a learning mode. So, next week we're going to open up Alabama Ketawa, which kind of comprises all the Aboriginal nations, Indian, no Native American. Do not call me a Native American because I'm not American. Remember this November, I got a celebration coming up. I cut my ID cards up. I cut them up, hey, a gesture to show them I'm not afraid of. Because you don't really, hey, if you read, you don't need no driving license. You don't need all that damn ID. But I'm looking forward to it. So come on out. If you want to join hands and anyone got some organic products or got some product that I ain't got all these damn chemicals in it that the fucking corporation putting in it, contact me. Facebook, Revron, 199. You got a product you want to put on display or you want to send us some to sell it, you want to come down and let us know. We joining together to create our own economic wealth. So we can educate our kids, teach them how to do something with their hands, go back to our traditional cures, that, hey, the medicines out there, and do what? Hold our people accountable for their action. As I tell people who want to come up and join the nation, I tell them, you get out there on that, hey, that United States corporation system, getting drunk and doing all that stuff, we're not going to come and, hey, help you. Unless it's some circumstances. And then the council, the men and the women council will make that decision, what happens to you. So, we're excited. I'm kind of tired. I've been working, but we're excited again, as you see. The Kitawa Nation is doing what it's supposed to do. It's like this, hey, sir, I'm going to leave you this Christian sermon I used to preach all the time. You say, if you're going in the wrong direction, and I would turn on the pulpit like this, if you're going in the wrong direction, you catching hell, you don't have a relationship with the community, your wife, girlfriend, your children, nothing, change direction. It's that simple. Change direction. And that's what I did, because they told me to when they communicated to here and here. Because I've been seeing all this bullshit for years. So, from the Alabama Kitawa headquarters, and from Cantu, Mexico, and the Alabama Kitawa Nation and the people around here, peace. I ain't from Africa.